let's start with the materials, shall we? The yarn I chose to use is a super fine yarn by a Turkish brand Alizé, and it's a mix of wool and acrylic. This one is a light green color, but I also will be using a darker green color. And I will use a 5mm crochet hook, scissors, and last but not least, darning needle. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make a magic ring. I'm going to take my yarn and wrap it around my fingers, and then use my hook, go under and then over, twist, and then take this yarn over there and pull through this loop. And that's how you make a magic ring. Now just go ahead and make 2 more chains. So take your hook and then yarn over and pull through the loop, and then repeat 1 more time. And now we have 3 chains, and then yarn over, insert your hook into the magic circle, take out your yarn, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and then make another double crochet into the same space right here. We have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and here we have 3 double crochet stitches. And by that I mean that first 3 chains are counting as a double crochet stitch. So after making your 3 double crochets, go ahead and make your chain of 2, and then we're going to make 3 double crochets into the magic circle. So in order to do that, just yarn over and then insert your hook into the magic circle, take out your yarn. Now you have 3 on your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Here's our first double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the magic circle, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now yarn over, insert your hook, take out your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And here we have 3 double crochets. Yay us! So after making your 3 double crochets, go ahead and make 2 chains. Here's 1 and here's 2. And now yarn over and make 3 double crochets into the magic circle. So insert your hook, take out your yarn. We have 3, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then repeat the same thing. So basically our double crochet stitch is always pull through 2 twice. So yarn over, insert your hook, take out your yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. And then next make your 2 chains, 1 and then 2, and then yarn over and make your 3 double crochets into the same magic circle. So here I am making my first one, and then yarn over, inserting my hook into the same space and just pulling through 2 twice, and then yarn over and making my 3rd double crochet right here. The 3 double crochet stitches are called a cluster. So now I'm just gonna pull my thread a little bit, and we've made 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters, and we've also made 2 chains in between all of them. So the pattern of this row is basically we've made 3 chains, 2 double crochets, and then chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and then repeat until you have 6 clusters. And voila! Once you have your 6 clusters, let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to make a chain of 2, 1 and then 2, and now we're going to take our thread and pull it to close our first row, and this is how it should look like. And now to close off, I'm gonna make a slip stitch with the 3rd chain of the first cluster. So as you can see, here's the first 3 chains. I'm gonna find the 3rd chain, and then I'm gonna insert my hook into that V-stitch, and once you have that, take your yarn, yarn over and pull through everything. it's gonna be a little bit tight, but just trust the process, and that's how your finished first row should look like. To begin the second row, you're going to make a chain of 3, 1, 2, and then 3, and that is going to count as a double crochet stitch. And then turn your work, and right here you can see the chain space, and you're going to make into that space 2 double crochets. Here I'm making my first one, and then yarn over, insert your hook into the same space, and make your second double crochet stitch. And once you have that, make 2 chains, and then yarn over and make into the same space 3 double crochets. So here's my first one, yarn over and make your second one, and then make the third double crochet stitch into the same chain space. So to recap, we've made into the same space 1 cluster, 2 chains and 1 cluster. Now we're going to make chain 1 and find the next chain space and make into that 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. So here I'm making 1 double crochet and then the second, then yarn over and making my third double crochet, aka 1 cluster, and then chain 2, and then I'm going to yarn over and into the same space I'm gonna make my second cluster. And since we're crocheting a hexagon, that means that we're always going to make into each of these 6 corners 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. And once you have that, chain 1 and find the next corner and make into that space 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. After finishing your first cluster, make chain 2 and then yarn over and into the same space make your second cluster. So the principle of the second row is we are basically defining the 6 corners of our hexagon, meaning that we're always making into each of these chain spaces 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. So right here we have the spaces left, just keep working your cluster, 2 chains and cluster. Before going too far away, I'm gonna quickly show you guys how to secure your magic ring. So insert your hook into a random stitch, take your end tail, pull through, and then make a chain 1, and just take out the yarn, and then tighten it, and you should be good to go. Later on, you can weave in your ends using your darning needle. So I'm currently near the end of my second round, and I've already finished my 5 corners. And now let's crochet together the last 6 corner, where we're going to make 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. So yarn over and find that chain space and make your first double crochet and then the second double crochet and now the third one, and after that make 2 chains and then yarn over and make 3 double crochets into that same chain space. And once you have that, make a chain 1, and then we're going to find the third chain of the first cluster. So right here we can see the first chain, the second and the third. Insert your hook into the third chain and then take your yarn and make a slip stitch. So just pull through everything, and once you have that, make a chain 3, 1, 2 and then 3, and then turn your work, and we're going to make 2 double crochets into this chain space. So we're always starting the row with making a chain of 3 that is going to count as a double crochet stitch. And once you've made your first cluster, make chain 1, and then into this corner right here we're going to make 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. So we're basically imitating the same thing that we've made in the second round, which is 1 cluster, 2 chains and 1 cluster in the corners. And once you've finished making your corner, we are going to work into this chain space right here, but first make chain 1 and then make 3 double crochets. So here's 1, 2, and then 3, and now make chain 1, and we're going to work into this very corner right here, 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. So on the corners of our hexagon we are always making double clusters, and by double clusters I mean 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. And once you've finished making your second cluster, make chain 1 and then into the next chain space make 3 double crochets. So to recap, the pattern of the third round is we're basically making cluster, chain 1, double cluster, and repeat until the end of the row. So we should have 6 double clusters in the 6 corners. So right here make double cluster and then cluster and then double cluster, cluster, double cluster, cluster, and double cluster in the end of the row. So from now on keep working your third round and I will meet you right here, and don't forget to make the chain spaces. So here I am near the end of my third round, and I've already made my first, second, third, fourth, fifth corners. And now let's crochet together 6th last corner, where I'm going to make 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets into the same chain space. So right here I'm finishing making my first cluster, and then I'm making chain 2 and I'm making the second cluster. And next I'm going to make chain 1, and I'm going to find the first cluster that I've made right here, and I'm going to find the first 3 chains, and I'm going to make a slip stitch with the third chain right here, and I'm gonna take my yarn and pull through everything, and then I'm going to make a chain of 3. And then we're going to turn our work and start making 2 double crochets into the first chain space. And once you have that, make chain 1, and here we are at the corner, so work your double cluster, meaning 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. So as you can see by now, no matter on which round we are always working double clusters on the 6 corners of our hexagon. And once you've finished making your second cluster on the corner, make chain 1, and then we're going to work 1 cluster in each of these chain spaces. So yarn over and make your 3 double crochets. So right here I'm finishing making my 3 double crochets, and then make chain 1 and into the next chain space make 3 double crochets, aka 1 cluster. So now on the fourth round we have 2 clusters on each of the sides, and right here in the corner make as usual 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. So each round is going to have the same number of double clusters on the corners because we are making hexagon. So we are always having 6 double clusters, but in each round we are increasing the number of clusters on the sides. So right here make chain 1 and work your 2 clusters in these 2 chain spaces. And in the previous round, as you can remember, we've made 1 cluster on each of these sides, and now in the fourth round we are making 2 clusters, and that means that on the fifth round we are going to make 3 clusters on the sides. And right here in the corner we are always going to make double clusters. From now on, work your double clusters on the corners of your hexagon and work your 1 cluster, chain 1 and 1 cluster on each of the sides, and I will see you in the end of this round. Yay, we've made it to the end of our fourth round. You are doing so great. Now let's just finish off this round by making a slip stitch with the third chain of the first cluster. So just insert your hook and pull through everything, and then work your chain of 3 to begin the next round. Turn your work and make 2 double crochets into the very first chain space, as we always do in the beginning of every row. And once you have that, work 1 chain, and into the next chain space work 3 double crochets, so just 1 cluster. And once you have your second cluster, just work 1 chain as usual, and then here we are at the corner. We're going to make 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. After working your double clusters in the corner of our hexagon, make chain 1, and then on the sides of our hexagon you can see that there are 3 chain spaces. We're going to work into each of these chain spaces 1 cluster. So into the first chain space work your 3 double crochet stitches, and then make chain 1, and then into the next chain space make your 3 double crochets, so just 1 cluster, and then make chain 1, and then into the next chain space work 3 double crochets, and then you're going to make chain 1, and here we are at the corner. We're going to make 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. So the pattern of this hexagon is going to be quite repetitive by now. As you can see, we are always working double clusters in the corners. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and on the sides of our hexagon we are always working cluster, chain 1, cluster, chain 1 until the next corner. So from now on just work your double clusters in the corners, and then make chain 1, and then make cluster, chain 1, cluster, chain 1, cluster, and in the corner make double cluster, and you should be good to go. And in the end of each round, don't forget to make the slip stitch with the third chain of the first cluster to finish off this round. And after that make 3 chains, and then turn your work and make 2 double crochets into the first chain space to make your first cluster, and then just keep working your cluster, chain 1 cluster until the corner, and in the corner make double clusters or 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. One thing I wanted to mention is that your hexagon will not lay flat. As you can see, you are going to actually fold it like this, and this is how the half of your cardigan will look like. And later on, once you finish making this hexagon, you'll make exactly identical one for the other side. From now on, keep working your rows until your desired length. I've made in total 25 rows. So how to actually count the number of rows? In the center you can see this hexagon. It is going to count as the first row, and then you're going to go all the way up. So here's the first row, and then here's the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, and you're going to go all the way up right until this point right here, which is my 25th row. In your case it may be different. And now into this chain space I'm gonna make 3 double crochet stitches or 1 cluster, and then I'm going to make 1 chain, and then I'm gonna find the third chain stitch of the first cluster, and I'm going to make a slip stitch with that third chain stitch. And after making the slip stitch, I'm going to make chain 1 and then cut off the yarn, and then just take out your hook and tighten your knot. And this is how your finished hexagon should look like. And now to have the exactly identical panel, just take your magic wand and say it with me: hexagonus duplicatus. And here you go, the second panel exactly identical with the first one with 25 rows. You're welcome. Before making the sleeves, let's fold our hexagon. This line is our beginning of the row and the yarn tail shows where we finished the row. And we're going to hide this line under these sleeves. And now just fold your hexagon and lay it on your table like this. And you can see here's that line with the yarn tail. And here's the half of the body and here's the sleeve. Now we're going to join our sleeve starting from this corner. And here's that corner up close, and I'm going to start with making a slip knot. So take your yarn and wrap it around your forefinger so that there's a letter X, and then take your hook, go under and over and take it out, and here you have the slip knot. And then take your work and we're going to make a single crochet into this corner right here. So insert your hook, take out the yarn over, pull through 2. So we've made a single crochet and now we're going to hide the yarn tail while working 3 chains. So take your hook and make your first chain, and then the second one, and then hide the end tail and work your 3rd chain. So here's our 1, 2, 3 chains, and now we're going to make a single crochet into this chain space. Insert your hook, take out the yarn, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Next we're going to make a chain of 3 while hiding our end tail. So here's 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then find your next chain space and we're going to work into that chain space 1 single crochet. So take out the yarn and yarn over, pull through 2. Next make a chain of 3, so yarn over and make 1, and then 2, and then 3 chains, and then find the next chain space and work into that space 1 single crochet, and then repeat the pattern by making a chain of 3, and then into the next chain space work your single crochet, and just repeat the pattern until the end of the row by making chain 3, single crochet, chain 3 until the end. And here's how the joining should look like at this point. So right here I'm getting closer to the end of the row by making chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, and the last stitch that I'm going to make is a single crochet into this corner right here. And after making a single crochet, make chain 1, cut off the yarn and tighten the thread. So I'm going to count this side of the joining as the wrong side, and the other side I'm going to count as the front side, because I think this side just looks neater. Now connect the sleeves for the other hexagon in the same way, and then pull the inside of both panels outward so that the front side is facing us. And now we're ready to start joining the 2 panels on the back of our cardigan. We'll start at this point near the neck and crochet down the back. Let's take a closer look at our starting point. Here are the join seams of the sleeves on the front side, and we will crochet on the wrong side. And here are the wrong sides of the sleeve join. We are going to start here at the intersection line of the 2 sleeve seams and crochet all the way to the back. And we will also be hiding the end of the yarn as we go. So to start joining, prepare your slip knot ready, and then take both of your panels so that the front side are facing each other, and then you're going to find this chain space right here, and we're going to make into that chain space a single crochet. So insert your hook and then take out the yarn over and pull through 2. And now take your short yarn tails and we're going to hide them while working our chain of 3. So just make 1, 2, and then 3 chains, and then find the next chain space and work into that chain space 1 single crochet. After making a single crochet, just keep working the pattern as we did with the sleeves by working 3 chains, 1 single crochet, 3 chains, 1 single crochet until the end of the row. And so I'm coming to the end of the row and I'm working 3 chains. And here we are, you can see these two edges, and we'll make one single crochet into this chain space in the corner. Then make one chain, cut off the yarn and secure the knot. Now we're ready to crochet the sleeve edges. To be honest, I'm getting a little tired of looking at this color, and I'm so excited to use this dark marsh green color to work the edge. And you can take your color of choice. So meet the sleeve in a close-up. This part is our sleeve joining seam on the front side. And at the bottom where there is a yarn chip, this is the bottom of our sleeve. We'll start making the border exactly from this part. Now take your dark green color and make a slip knot. And then yarn over. And here you can see the beginning of the rows where we've made 3 chains. We're going to continue that line by making the standing double crochet into this chain space. So insert your hook, take out the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through 2. And take your short yarn tails, and we're going to hide them while working 2 more double crochets into the chain space. Once you've made your 3 double crochets in total, make chain 1 and then work 3 double crochets into the next chain space. Yarn over, insert your hook, take out the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, hide the short yarn tails between your double crochet, and then yarn over, pull through 2. And then work 2 more double crochets into the same chain space. And after finishing your cluster, work chain 1 and then find the next chain space and work into that chain space 3 double crochets. And while working your clusters, don't forget to hide the yarn end tails. And here's how the first row of the border looks like so far. So now just keep working your 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and I will meet you right here, which is our sleeve joining seam. So here I am as promised near the joining seam, and now I'm going to yarn over and make a double crochet into this chain space in the corner. Next, yarn over and insert your hook into the same chain space, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and insert your hook into the next chain space, and take out the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. And then yarn over and work your double crochet into the same chain space. And here's what we have. And from this point, just keep working your chain 1 and then 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and repeat until the end of the row. And once you're at the end, work your last cluster into the last chain space. So right here I'm making my 3 double crochets and then chain 1, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the first standing double crochet and make a slip stitch with it. And then I'm going to make chain 3 and then turn your work, and we're going to work into the first chain space 2 double crochets. So here's our first cluster of the second row, and then make chain 1 and work the next cluster. So the pattern of this second row of our border is very easy. It's just cluster, chain 1, cluster, chain 1, and repeat until the end of the row. And you're going to end the row by making a slip stitch with the third chain of the first cluster. And to start the next row, you're going to make chain 3 and turn your work, and just work 2 double crochets into the first chain space to make the first cluster of the row. And from there, the pattern just repeats itself. Just work your cluster, chain 1, cluster, chain 1, and repeat until the end of the row. And in the end, make a slip stitch and then chain 3, turn your work, and that's how you work your border. So I decided to stop at the 8th row, and now I'm going to finish this border by making a slip stitch with the third chain. And then chain 1, cut off the yarn, take out the hook and secure the knot. Now go ahead and make the same border for the other sleeve. And once you have your sleeve edges ready, we're going to start crocheting our border starting from here. And then we're going to follow this direction. So here's the starting point, and I have my slip knot ready, and I'm making my yarn over, and I'm going to work the standing double crochet stitch into this chain space. And then I'm going to yarn over and work 2 more double crochet stitches while hiding the yarn end tail behind my work. And then I'm going to make chain 1, and as usual I'm going to find the next chain space and work my 3 double crochets into that chain space, and continue working the pattern by making chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and I'll meet you near the neckline. So here's my neckline, and as you can see, this seam right here is the line where we've joined our back. And in front of me is a corner chain space. I'm going to make 3 double crochets into this chain space. And after that, I'm going to make chain 1, and then into the same chain space, I'm going to make 1 double crochet. Then yarn over, insert your hook into the same chain space, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, find the next chain space, and insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through all 3. Then work 1 double crochet into the same chain space, make chain 1, and then yarn over and work 3 double crochets into the same chain space. And after that, make chain 1, and we're going to find the next corner chain space right here. We're going to work into this corner chain space 3 double crochets. And once you have that, make chain 1, and then find the next chain space and work 3 double crochets into that next chain space. So here's how the neckline situation looks like. And once you get to the corner right here, you're going to work into that chain space 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. And this is what you should have in the corner. And now just keep working your pattern by making chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and repeat that until the line where we've joined our back panel. And here's that joining line in all her glory. First we're going to work a double crochet stitch into this corner chain space, and then yarn over, insert your hook into the same chain space, take out the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain space, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through all 3, and then work 1 more double crochet into the same chain space, and then make chain 1 and keep working your pattern by making 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and repeat until the end of the row. And once you're at the end, we're going to work 3 double crochets into this corner chain space right here. After the cluster, make 2 chains, and then work a slip stitch into the standing double crochet of the first cluster. And to begin the second row of the border, make a chain of 3, turn, and we're going to work 2 double crochet stitches into the first chain space. And once you've made the first cluster of the second row, make 2 chains, and then we're going to work 3 double crochet stitches into the same chain space. So it's just a double cluster in the corner as usual. And after that, make 1 chain, and then we're going to work 3 double crochet stitches into the next chain space, and then chain 1, and then 3 double crochet stitches into the next chain space. So the pattern now is quite repetitive. And you're only going to make a double cluster in the corner, meaning 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 double crochets. And as you can see right here, only in the first row I've made one double crochet and then double crochet two together and one double crochet. And on the second row I'm only making 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. Once you've made it to the end of the second row, you're going to see the double cluster. We're going to work a slip stitch into the third chain of the 3 chains that we've made in the beginning of the row. And then make chain 1, cut off the yarn. You know the drill by now. And voila, our cardigan is ready. And now to the cutest part, the bows. Start off with making a slip knot and then work a chain of 110. And to make a chain, you're just going to yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop, just like that. And once you've made 110 chains, we're going to work a double crochet stitch through the back loop into the third stitch from the hook. So when you turn your work, you can see on the back right here are the back loops. You can see these little bumps. So yarn over, insert your hook into the third back loop from the hook, and then take out the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then just keep going with making your double crochet stitches through the back loop. So insert your hook into the next back loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's how you work the double crochet stitches through the back loop. And the reason behind working through the back loop is just because we will have these V stitches on this side that is very similar to the V stitches on the top of our double crochet stitches. So I just think that this little detail will make our bow a little bit prettier. And once you've made the double crochet stitches until the end of the row, here are my 2 last chains. I'm going to work my double crochet stitches through the back loop. And here's the last stitch. I'm going to also insert my hook into that loop and work my last double crochet stitch. And then I'm going to make chain 1 and cut off the yarn. The bow is ready, so let's start tying it. Firstly, find the chain spaces that are symmetrical to each other, and we will thread our lace through them and tie a bow. And before making a bow, I'm actually making a single knot. And that's it. You can wear it that way or add another bow, or wear it without bows at all.